This is Luke's Iron Warriors. We are playing it as Imperial Fists because the Chaos Codex sucks and the Imperial Fist rules suit the Iron Warriors far better. So we have a tactical squad with a melter gun and a multi melter in a Rhino. Another tactical squad armed exactly the same in a Rhino. 10 Stern Guard in a Rhino, 10 Assault Marines, and the Sergeant looks like he's got a power axe, so that's going to be nasty. And another 10 Assault Marines, and the Sergeant's got a power axe in there. And I think we've got 2 flamers in each squad. Then we're using 2 quad mortars, so they're going to hurt. A Devastator squad with 4 heavy bolters, that's a lot of shots. A Librarian, and then this big boy, Sicarian battle tank, so that's going to hurt. Let's go on to the Dark Angels. Let's have a look at our army. Well, as you can see, this is my Dark Angels, and I've gone for a change. We are going Deathwing with an Imperial Knight ally. So, Interrogator Chaplain Raphael is back in the force. And he has got the Mace of Redemption this game. And then we have 5 Deathwing Knights, 5 Deathwing Terminators with a Cyclone Missile Launcher, and a Chain Fist Mat Squad. My Oathsworn Imperial Knight Errant. The Deathwing Command Squad with a Champion, Deathwing Banner, and Assault Cannon. And 5 Deathwing with Thunder Hammers. And that's the army. Let's set the board up and let's see the mission. Anyway, this is the mission. We're doing a narrative mission, special rules. As you can see, the Iron Warriors have fortified the ruins of an Imperial city. They're holding the trench lines with lots and lots of guns, and they have a bastion at the back there. We've got, the mission is, every defence line or trench line is worth 1 point. And I have to cleave them to get those points. And Luke has to hold them. So it's going to be a bloody game. Let's see where everything is. We have 5 Tactical Marines here, and the Rhinos there. Another 5 Tactical Marines there. And another 5 Tactical Marines there. Over here we've got Stern Guard. 5 of them. The Quad Mortars. And the Librarian. Not Librarian, he's a Chaos Sorcerer. Chaos Sorcerer, Chenenberg, the Black-Hearted. The Sicarian is taking position in the gate. 5 more Stern Guard there, with the Rhino behind him. And then in reserve behind this line, we have 2 squads of Assault Marines. And 5 Tactical Marines in this Rhino. And in the Bastion, with great fields of fire, we have the Devastators. With 4 heavy bolters. I'm going to put down a lot of shots on my very small squads. So, as you may have guessed, most of the Deathwing will be deep striking. So I'm going to have a Knight on the board. It's going to have to take a lot of firepower. We'll see if it survives. Let's roll some psychic powers and get on to turn 1. So we've rolled for psychic powers, and Chenenborg, the Black-Hearted, leader of the Iron Warriors, has got prescience and perfect timing. And this is my deployment. As you can see, it's one Imperial Knight, and that's it. He's got a lot of guys to fight. All of them. We have discussed it, and if he does die on the first turn, we're not counting it as an auto defeat for the Dark Angels. And the Dark Angels have got turn 1, and they're going first. So let's see if the Knight can try and take one of these defence lines. So that's the end of the Dark Angel movement turn 1. My Imperial Knight, Sir Durfell, has advanced. I'm going to try and crack open this bunker here with shooting, and if not in close combat. So let's go on to the shooting phase and see if he does it. So that's the end of Dark Angel shooting, and the Imperial Knight, he hit the bunker but was unable to penetrate it, but he did kill one of this combat squad over here in the blast of his melted weapon, and his heavy stubber did nothing. Oh, we're going to go into the assault phase. I'm going to charge that bunker because I need to pop it. I need to stop those Marines getting cover saves. I need to be able to hurt them in shooting. Let's go into the assault phase. As you can see, the bunker is gone. My Imperial Knight, Sir Durfell, hacked it apart with his de-weaponed chainsaw. Unfortunately, it didn't do anything. The explosion didn't kill any of these Marines, but it did pin them, so at least I'm not going to get charged. I don't know. Anyway, that's the end of turn 1. Let's move on to the Iron Warriors and see if I can bring the Knight down. And that's the end of the movement phase, turn 1 for the Iron Warriors. This squad of Chaos Space Marines has leapt over the trench line here, getting close to the Imperial Knight, and going to try and use its melter gun on it. The Rhino there has just backed off a little bit. This assault squad jumped from over here, getting closer. Don't know about getting ready to charge the Knight perhaps next turn. I'll have to wait and see. And the Sicarian has backed off, scared of the Imperial Knight. So let's go into the psychic phase and shooting phase and see if we can damage it. And that's the end of the Iron Warriors shooting phase, turn 1. These guys were able to do 2 hull points with their melter weapons on the Knight. This squad was able to do 1 hull point with their multi-melter, and then the quad guns fired and they caused 4 hull points worth of damage on the Knight. So it's destroyed, and I was hoping that at least it'll blow up and kill something, but then we rolled this for scatter dice. So it pretty much scatters off the board and does nothing. And now I have a very hard struggle to do this mission. But let's go on to Dark Angel, turn 2. That's the end of the Dark Angel, turn 1, turn 2. And as you can see, the Deathwing have arrived. Very lucky with my scatter dice. Only scattered with 2 units and they didn't go too far. So I'm in a not a bad position here, hopefully. I've sent my Deathwing Knights and my Thunderhammer unit armed with Deathwing over here, and they're going to try and clear this out next turn, while the other 2 squads have landed behind these 2 tanks, and I'm going to try and kill the Sicarian and this Rhino just to stop their manoeuvrability and stop them getting shots on my guys. And I've pretty much left the front line to the Chaos Space Marines, because if I sent anything over there, they'd have been out of the game. Definitely too slow to cover that open ground there to get to the second line. So we've gone for mass Deathwing assault right into the heart of the Iron Warriors. Let's go into don't have psychic phase. Let's go into shooting phase. And that's the end of the shooting phase. Obviously nothing's happened on the front line. These Marines are untouched. These Marines are untouched. The Rhino suffered a hull point. And the Sicarian's dead. Split fire, the assault cannon and the cyclone missile launcher were able to kill it. And my Death Ring have advanced even closer to the Iron Warrior lines. Let's go on to Iron Warrior Turn 2 and see how many Death Ring are left, if any. So that's the end of the Iron Warriors movement turn 2, and pretty much everything's turned to hose down the Terminators. The assault squad here has moved forward. I'm guessing these guys are going to get flamed, shot by these guys, and then charged by the assault squad. The stern guard squad's turned round, going to put some fire on. The quad mortars have turned round, aiming at the Death Ring Knights. The Black-Hearted has made a tactical retreat, getting as far away from the Death Ring Knights as he can. This assault squad has moved up, going to flame this squad and probably charge them. And this stern guard squad has retreated to the other side of the trenches and is going to put some fire on these guys. And over here, these guys tried to get in the Rhino but couldn't quite make it, and everything else has just turned round, guessing in case the Death Ring break past the lines. Let's go into the psychic and shooting phase. Well, that's the end of the shooting phase. Not bad. Wasn't able to wipe out any of the units, but it did hurt them. This squad lost 2 members from the Havocs up there. This squad lost 2 members from the assault squad, the Rhino and the stern guard. The Death Ring Knights got pummeled by the mortar teams here and lost 1 member. And the Terminator squad over there lost 2 members from the assault squad. The combat squad over there, the Rhino and the stern guard over here. So let's go on to the assault phase and see what the Iron Warriors are going to do. Well, that's the end of the assault phase for the Iron Warriors, and as you can see, my Death Ring command squad hacked down by these Iron Warrior Raptors. My champion, a brave Death Ring champion, stood up, butchered the Iron Warrior champion, but then was dragged down by the rest of the Iron Warriors. And over here, I lost 1 Terminator. I was able to kill 2, but the Iron Warriors held. So it's not looking good for the Dark Angels. Pretty much down to 2 squads, and 1 that's tied up in combat. Let's go on to Dark Angel turn 3. That's the end of my movement phase. This squad has moved closer. I'm going to charge the Raptors, hopefully kill them. Raphael has spotted the Black-Hearted. He's on his way to try and kill him. The Death Ring Knights are going to go and silence these mortars, and those guys are still locked in combat. So there's going to be very little shooting, I think. A few storm bolter shots. Let's do that, and let's go on to the assault phase. This is the assault phase. These guys charge into the Raptors are here. The Death Ring Knights charge into these guys. Those guys are still locked. And Raphael, well, he really wanted to get into combat with the Black-Hearted. He needed 6 inches, and he got double 6. Oh, there's going to be some payback. Let's see what happens. So in the assault phase, these guys slapped the Raptors here, reduced them to 3, and they've ran off that way. Over here, my Terminators are just getting dragged down. I'm killing a couple, but not enough. And the Death Ring Knights destroyed the mortars. I've moved into the trench line. Hopefully next turn, get to grips with East Stern Guard. And over here, in the big fight, the Blackhearted raised his weapons, ready to defend himself, but just wasn't fast enough. Interrogator Chaplain Raphael smashed his skull in. That's giving me at least Slaver Warlord. Let's go on to Iron Warriors turn 4. So at the end of the Iron Warriors movement turn 4, everything was pretty much moved to try and get good firing positions on my remaining Dark Angels. It looks as if Interrogator Chaplain Raphael is going to be taking a lot of bolt gun shots from these squads. The Assault Squad, the Chaos Raptors, have turned, ready to fire at these guys again. The Stern Guard over here have retreated from the trench line, going to shoot the Deafening Knights, and that squad over there has moved in closer as well. So let's go on to the shooting phase, because there's no psychic phase, because he's dead. And let's see if my remaining Deathwing can survive. Well, the end of the Iron Warrior shooting turn 4, and it could have gone better for me, because as you can see, the Deafening Knights are dead. Raphael is dead. The Terminators here are dead. Lots of shooting came at them. This Rhino itself killed 2 of them, and Raphael just got hammered by poison rounds from these evil Chaos Stern Guard over here, and a sneaky multi-melter snapshot from that squad finished him off. And the Deafening Knights, once again, poison rounds came in from these guys, bolt gun shots from these guys, long range bolt gun shots from those guys, and I just couldn't make the saves. So I have a grand total of 1 model left. It's going to take an awful lot of luck for me to win this game. Let's go into the assault phase. And that's the end of the assault phase. My lone Terminator got hacked down. Too many attacks, too many saves I had to make. Just couldn't survive. And that's the end of the game. The Iron Warriors are firmly in control of this battlefield. I have nothing left. I really haven't hurt them that much. Took out a few squads, but nothing much at all. The death of the Imperial Knight, start my second turn, just meant my Terminators were getting picked on and destroyed at will by Luke's forces. And another world falls to the foul forces of the Iron Warriors and the Chaos Gods. I'm sure we'll get revenge. The Dark Angels will be plotting. I'll have to see for the next game. Thanks for watching. See you next time.